In the intricate web of global trade, tariffs stand as powerful tools that governments employ to influence the flow of goods and services across borders. Simply put, a tariff is a tax imposed on imported goods, making them more expensive for consumers and businesses within the importing country. This seemingly straightforward mechanism has far-reaching implications, shaping economies, influencing domestic industries, and even fueling political tensions between nations. Imagine a scenario where a country primarily relies on imported steel for its construction industry. If the government decides to protect its domestic steel producers from foreign competition, it might impose a tariff on imported steel. This tariff would make imported steel more expensive, encouraging construction companies to purchase domestically produced steel instead. While this measure could benefit local steel manufacturers, it could also lead to higher prices for consumers and potentially impact the overall competitiveness of the construction industry. Throughout history, tariffs have been employed for various reasons, ranging from protecting domestic industries and generating government revenue to influencing the behavior of trading partners and even as tools of economic warfare. Understanding the origins, motivations, and consequences of tariffs is crucial for comprehending the complexities of international trade and its profound impact on our interconnected world. The concept of tariffs dates back to ancient civilizations, where rulers imposed levies on goods entering their territories. These early tariffs served primarily as a source of revenue for governments, financing public works, military campaigns, and the lavish lifestyles of ruling elites. In ancient Rome, for instance, tariffs were levied on a wide range of imported goods, including silk, spices, and slaves, contributing significantly to the empire's coffers. As trade routes expanded and nations began to specialize in the production of certain goods, tariffs evolved from mere revenue-generating tools into instruments of economic policy. Governments recognized that tariffs could be strategically employed to protect domestic industries from foreign competition, nurturing their growth and fostering self-sufficiency. This protectionist approach became particularly prevalent during the mercantilist era in Europe, where nations sought to accumulate wealth by maximizing exports and minimizing imports. In the American colonies, tariffs played a pivotal role in the lead-up to the American Revolution. The British government, seeking to exert greater control over its colonies and generate revenue to offset the costs of its wars, imposed a series of taxes on goods imported from Britain, including tea, sugar, and paper. These taxes, widely perceived as unfair by the colonists, fueled resentment towards British rule and ultimately contributed to the outbreak of the Revolution. Following independence, the newly formed United States government faced the daunting task of establishing a stable economy and fostering its fledgling industries. Tariffs emerged as a central element of this endeavor, providing a crucial source of revenue for the young nation and shielding American manufacturers from the onslaught of cheaper British goods. The history of the United States is inextricably intertwined with the ebb and flow of tariffs. From the early days of the Republic to the present day, tariffs have been a recurring theme in American economic and political discourse, shaping industries, influencing elections, and even sparking regional tensions. In the decades following the American Revolution, tariffs became a cornerstone of American economic policy, championed by Alexander Hamilton, the nation's first Secretary of the Treasury, as a means to protect domestic industries and promote industrial growth. Hamilton's vision, enshrined in his report on manufactures, argued that tariffs were essential for nurturing infant industries, enabling them to compete with established European manufacturers. Throughout the 19th century, the tariff issue remained a contentious one, dividing Americans along regional and ideological lines. Northern industrialists, who benefited from protectionist tariffs, generally supported higher tariffs, while Southern planters, reliant on exports of cotton and other agricultural products, favored lower tariffs to promote free trade. This divide played a significant role in the political turmoil leading up to the American Civil War. The early 20th century witnessed a resurgence of protectionist sentiment in the United States, culminating in the infamous Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930. This act, passed during the Great Depression, raised tariffs to unprecedented levels, sparking retaliatory measures from trading partners and exacerbating the global economic downturn. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act is widely regarded as a cautionary tale about the perils of protectionism and its potential to worsen economic hardship. The use of tariffs as a tool of economic policy is not unique to the United States. Throughout history, nations around the world have employed tariffs to varying degrees, seeking to protect domestic industries, generate revenue, and advance their economic interests. In Europe, tariffs played a significant role in the continent's economic development. During the 19th century, many European nations adopted protectionist policies, using tariffs to shield their industries from British competition. This period saw the rise of powerful industrial economies like Germany and France, which utilized tariffs to foster the growth of their manufacturing sectors. In the aftermath of World War II, there was a concerted global effort to reduce tariffs and promote free trade. Led by the United States, nations established the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, GATT, which provided a framework for negotiating tariff reductions and resolving trade disputes. The GATT, later succeeded by the World Trade Organization, WTO, played a crucial role in liberalizing global trade, leading to unprecedented economic growth and integration. However, despite the overall trend towards trade liberalization, tariffs have not disappeared entirely. Many developing countries continue to rely on tariffs as a source of revenue and as a means to protect their nascent industries from foreign competition. Moreover, the rise of new economic powers, such as China, has led to renewed tensions over trade imbalances and accusations of unfair trade practices, prompting some countries to reconsider their commitment to free trade and explore the use of tariffs as a bargaining chip.